In this video, you'll learn how to divide polynomials. Let's recall that in a division problem, the dividend is the number being divided and the divisor is the number that is doing the dividing. Say, for example, we're given this problem 20 divided by 5. Okay, so we can rewrite this as this one, 20 divided by 5. And 20 divided by 5 is just 4, and then we multiply 4 and 5. That will be 20. We subtract, so there's no remainder. The dividend here is 20, and 5 is the divisor, and 4 here is the quotient. Now in dividing polynomials, it will be the same. We just have to determine the dividend and the divisor. So in this case, in the given problem here, the quotient when the polynomial p of x, this one, is divided by x plus 1. So the dividend is the function p of x and the divisor is x plus 1. So how do we divide polynomials? We can divide polynomials by long division or by using long division or synthetic division. So long division is in the form of this one, let's say x plus 2 divided by x, like that. For synthetic division, we only get the coefficients of the polynomial and divide it by the 0 of the divisor. Synthetic division is a shortcut method for dividing a polynomial by a binomial or polynomial the first degree using only the coefficients of the polynomials. So in this case, I'm going to use synthetic division in solving this problem here. The first thing we do is we set up the synthetic division, and then we bring down the leading coefficient to the bottom row, and then multiply a constant of the division by the value in the bottom row. Alright, let's take a look at the problem again. The quotient when the polynomial p of x equals 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x minus 5 is divided by x plus 1 is 3x squared minus 5x plus 7 minus 12 over x plus 1. Which of the following are true? Select all that apply. So we're given here the dividend, the divisor, and the quotient. We just have to check which of the options given here, from A to D, are true. So let's do that. Let's just use synthetic division. And let's find out if a p of negative 1 is equal to 0, x plus 1 is not a factor of p of x plus 1 is a factor of, should be factor of p of x, or substituting negative 1 for x in p of x results in negative 12. Oh, sorry, this should be not equal 0. So p of negative 1 is not equal to 0. Now let's divide the dividend by the divisor first using synthetic division. So we're given here the function p of x, 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x minus 5. So let's just take the coefficients. That would be 3, negative 2, 2, and negative 5. So in cases where there are missing terms, you just have to create a dummy term. Let's say the term with x is missing, so you can just create a dummy term that is 0x, and then you write 0 as the coefficient. And now for our divisor, it says divided by x plus 1. So x plus 1 here is a factor. We just have to equate this to 0 to solve for the value of x, and that would be our divisor. So x here is negative 1. Should be like this. -1. All right. Okay, we've already set up the synthetic division. We can now solve this, start solving this. We bring down the leading coefficient to the bottom row, which is 3. So 3, and then we multiply 3 and -1. 3 times -1 is -3. And then we add -2 plus -3 is -5. Then we repeat the process. -5 times -1 is +5. Then we add, this is 7. And 7 times -1 is -7. And this is -12. And now this is the result of dividing the function p of x by x plus 1 with remainder -12. So we can write this as 3x squared minus 5x plus 7 minus 12 over x plus 1. Okay, by the way, the numbers in here, the bottom row, are the coefficients of the quotient and the remainder. And the remainder here is -12. That's why we wrote it as -12 divided by x plus 1, which is the divisor. Now we've already shown here, we've already proven that p of x divided by x plus 1 is just equal to 3x squared minus 5x plus 7 minus 12 over x plus 1. Now let's check for option 1. P of -1 is not equal to 0. Okay, so let's solve for P of -1. So -1 here is the value of x. So that means we substitute -1 to x. So our original equation for p of x is 3x squared minus 2x squared plus 2x minus 5. And then we plug in the value of x here, which is -1. And we check if p of -1 is not equal to 0. So this is 3 times -1 cubed minus 2 times -1 squared plus 2 times -1 minus 5. 3 times -1 cubed is -1. -2 minus 2 times -1 squared is +1. Plus 2 times -1 is -2 minus 5. And then we simplify. -3 minus 2 minus 2 minus 5. This is equal to -12. So the value of y, or p of x, when x is -1 is equal to -12, and this is not equal to 0. Therefore, option A is true. So let's put a check here. All right, let's take a look at the second option. Okay, letter B. X plus 1 is not a factor of p of x. So a given factor or a binomial is a factor of a function when the remainder is 0. So upon solving this one, okay, when we divided p of x by x plus 1, we got this result with a remainder of -12. Therefore, x plus 1 is not a factor of p of x. Therefore, option B is also true. So let's put an x to that. Then let's check letter C. X plus 1 is a factor of p of x. Of course, x plus 1 is not a factor of p of x. So let's put an x here. And for letter D, substituting -1 for x in p of x results in -12. So we've already solved a while ago for p of -1. Okay, we substituted negative 1 to the function p of x, and it resulted to negative 12. Therefore, option D is also true. Therefore, among the following options, A, B, and D are all true.